How do you spend most of your day? Probably working and sleeping. But what if you could get paid for that sleeping portion? Mike, there's one company that's trying to do just that. They're called Aetna, and they are offering people up to $25 a night if they can prove that they are consistently getting at least 7 hours of sleep a night. What do you think?
I think it sounds divine, particularly for a guy who's in the newsroom at 5 o'clock in the morning. Of course, there are a bunch of issues surrounding this, right? Like, how do you track it? Well, you track it via Fitbit or some other wearable device, which could raise privacy issues.
I mean, yes, but we're on our smartphones all the time, and I don't think this is something that's going away. I mean, companies are already offering benefits for people going to the gym more, eating more healthily, and a lot of those are tied to wearable trackers.
Sleep deprivation is a huge issue for a company, because of the impact on the person and their work habits. So, if you haven't had enough sleep, you're irritable, you can be lightheaded, your reasoning may not be as sound as it is otherwise, just your productivity tends to lessen as well.
Definitely, but in some ways, though, it's not super helpful to tell some employees to just get more sleep. There's been data that showed that sleep deprivation is linked to sometimes low income, so maybe people are working 2 jobs or they're just not able to get that sleep that they need. Or making sure that if you're a company demanding that people sleep more, that you have the kind of childcare benefits and support that young families need.
Key point, that last one in particular. Harvard Medical School says most people need between 7 and 9 hours of sleep a night, and that women in particular often fall short. Of course, another way to solve this is just to bring a blanket to work and watch what you eat and drink before bed.